see Eddie Valenzuela from Guatemala making his way.
Jeyvier Cintron.
And Jeyvier Cintron de Puerto Rico making his way to the blue corner. Got a funky hairstyle, does Cintron, with the blonde streak all the way across the top and a nice long blonde tail in the back. Not quite like his countryman Hector Camacho, but similar in style. This is a flyweight contest. The referee, Roland Labe from Canada, checking the gloves of Eddie Valenzuela, and now making his way to the corner of Cintron to do the same. Valenzuela, a 2008 Olympian in Beijing. He also boxed at the AIBA World Championships in Milan. Then again at the Pan American Championships in Quito in 2010, and finally last year at the Pan American Games in Guadalajara, Mexico. 19-year-old Eddie Valenzuela and Jeyvier Cintron. Cintron, 17 years old, just a youngster. Cintron boxing in the southpaw stance, and Valenzuela in the orthodox. Nice left hand over the top by Cintron to get things going here in round one. You see already Cintron has a proclivity to throw that right-left combination, which is good as it gets. Fundamentally sound so far. It seems a right to the body by Valenzuela, and referee Roland Labe keeping a close watch on things here in round one. Again, remember, there are only 2 quotas for London in this flyweight category, and one of them just got taken by the local Brazilian Enrique. So these 2 boxers really, really need to put their best display of boxing on, not in the 3rd round and not even in the next round, but right now. An overhand right by Cintron sails over the head of Valenzuela with a good high defense. A nice right-left combination by Cintron, and a right-left combination by Valenzuela. A good uppercut by Cintron right there. Wasn't quite placed for it, and don't know that it connected, but it shows his wide variety and arsenal of punches. Roland Labe cautions Valenzuela to stop moving more of his, to start using more of his hands and less of his lips, as apparently he's talking in there. Roland Labe wants to keep this thing on the up and up. A nice left hand by Cintron. For a youngster, he's very fundamentally sound. He looks poised in there. It's a big stage to be on right here in Rio de Janeiro, with a ticket to London at stake. Some good combinations to the body by Valenzuela, but Cintron weathers the storm. He uses good lateral movement, and again a caution by referee Roland Labe to Valenzuela to minimize the chatter. Right hook to the head by Cintron. Not the biggest puncher, but he looks very sound. There's a nice uppercut on the way in by Cintron. A right hand falls short by Cintron, and a left hand right down the middle. So Valenzuela hasn't quite landed many scoring blows that we could see from here, but he's very much engaged into this contest. Jab by Cintron. Shoe shining body shots by Valenzuela. Straight left, Cintron. Combination Cintron. Valenzuela adjusts his headgear. Stays on the outside. Juking and jiving just a bit here with 15 seconds left to go in the round. Lead right hand by Valenzuela. It's hard to really get a grasp on how the judges are going to be scoring this one. Could be anyone's, although Cintron seems to be the more active, sharper puncher. We should get that score in just a moment. And there it is, Jeyvier Cintron with a 4-1 lead after round one. So we will see as action progresses, will Cintron be able to represent Puerto Rico in London? We're going to find out. Take a look at some of the action from round number one. It's a herky-jerky combination of things that are taking place here in the ring. As one boxer is moving this way, the other is moving that way. Their legs are getting tied up, their hands are getting tied up, their heads are colliding. There's a nice uppercut by Cintron. You could see the look on his face. He put it all into that punch. Okay, so round number 2 here at the 2012 AIBA American Olympian Qualifying Tournament in beautiful Rio de Janeiro, home of the 2014 World Cup, home of the 2016 Summer Olympic Games. Right now, boxing in the flyweight division. The hometown flyweight boxer Enriquez got his ticket stamped in the last contest, and now Cintron and Valenzuela each trying to do the same. Cintron comes forward. Cintron ripping combinations and a nice counterpunch by Valenzuela. Valenzuela looking like a wily veteran in there. As we said, he's 19 years old. He already has the experience of the Beijing Summer Olympic Games in 2008 under his belt. Right to the body by Valenzuela. The referee keeping a close eye, but boxing takes place. Notice the feet, the battle of the feet, the right foot lead of Cintron and the lead left of Valenzuela. Clubbing comes Valenzuela with both hands. He adjusts his headgear. Some laser-like combinations by Cintron. So again, it's hard to measure the clean punching as these boxers have a uncomplimentary style. They each throw punches from all angles, and they lock up a lot and they tie up a lot in the center, and it's really hard to see what the judges might be counting. And a nice landing punch by Valenzuela. It almost looked like he was stunned for a moment. Whipping right hand by Valenzuela. Nice counter by Cintron. Valenzuela adjusts his headgear and Cintron squares up. Right left combination, both blocked by Valenzuela. Right to the head, over the hand, the high left hand of Valenzuela. Right to the body and a nice right hook by Cintron. Looks like it may have grazed off the temple of Valenzuela. There's just over 30 seconds to go in this second round. Nice right to the belly by Valenzuela. So Cintron doing a good job boxing from the outside, while Valenzuela trying to work his way in and engage the midsection of Cintron. Leans his head forward, tries to will his right hand through the high guard of Cintron. Most of those were blocked. Cintron comes back with some shots of his own. Right hand by Cintron, and round number 2 in the books. And this one was a lot closer than the first. So with a 3-3 round here in 2, it's 7-4. Cintron from Puerto Rico over Valenzuela from Guatemala. Take a look at some of the action. You see how that round was scored very evenly. Nice chopping left hook by Cintron, trying to push through the guard of Valenzuela. There's a right to the chest by Valenzuela. Some good in and out movement, some good footwork by Cintron to avoid many of those Valenzuela punches. So we get set for the third and final round. One of these guys goes to London, the other goes home. Roland Lobby makes sure that the corner's seat, the stool if you will, for Valenzuela is properly secured behind the ring. And Valenzuela really starting to let it go. He knows he's down by a point or two going into this round. or 3. But he needs to exert his will, and he needs to not stop punching this entire round. How much does he want to go to London? Eddie Valenzuela needs to decide for himself, but there are 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and he is down a few points going into this round. There is no consolation prize, folks. Not here, not now. He needs to come back on the scorecards, and he needs to win impressively to send Guatemala to the Olympic Games in the flyweight division. Can he do it? Action steadies here in the center as Valenzuela rips some shots to the body, and Cintron content to stand on the outside with a high guard and work behind the jab, which is a smart tactic to employ here. He knows he's up on the points. He doesn't need to engage Valenzuela as much as he needs to hold on to his lead. Let Valenzuela bring the action to him while Cintron could sit there and time his counterpunching and use some good footwork to stay on the outside and avoid danger. Will Valenzuela be able to right the wrong of rounds 1 and 2? The wrong of him being on the short end of the points? Right hand by Valenzuela. Roland Labby issues a caution to Valenzuela to pay attention to him on the instructions. Nice right hook by Cintron. Well placed. And good defense. Notice how after he throws his own punches, Cintron gets his hands right back. As quick as you throw a punch, you need to just as quickly bring your hands back to protect your body and your head, because that's where the counterpunching does its damage. Just under a minute here in the 3rd round. Nice left hand by Cintron right down the middle, so that one might not have scored, but it lets Valenzuela know that Cintron is not going to sit back and rest on his laurels. Cintron is going to keep punching until the waning seconds here of the round. And Valenzuela, I'm surprised he looks a little complacent here. He must know that he needed to show and prove in this round. With just under 10 seconds, he should not stop letting his hands go. It looks like Jeyvier Cintron may just have been able to do enough here. Again, remember, it was 4-1 Cintron in the first, and it was tied 3-3 in the second. If Cintron, he looks like he's got it. He falls down on his knees. He gets a big hug from his cornerman. So Jeyvier Cintron, with all the confidence in the world right now, almost to tears is Cintron as he prays up to the stars and to the sky. It looks like he knows. A very emotional Jeyvier Cintron on both knees now. And it is true, as the tears start to come down the face of young Jeyvier Cintron. He could not be happier. Look at him, the tears of joy as he wins 12-6, punches a ticket to London, and he cannot believe it. The boxing proud island of Puerto Rico has another young hero in Jeyvier Cintron. Take a look at the action from the last round as Cintron just outworked his opponent. He was the more clever boxer, and he landed more punches, and he got himself the victory. We look forward to seeing him down the road in London representing his country.